that Brookhaven is the most famous game on Roblox. You already know that. But what you don't know is that this game was inspired by a real city in the United States that is also called Brookhaven. And having this information, I thought, what would it be like if Brookhaven had used a Brazilian city as a reference to create the game? Well, that's what you'll find out in this video. But first, if you like Brookhaven, like and subscribe in less than 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go! And guys, if we search on Google Maps for Brookhaven, the city that inspired one of the best Roblox games will appear. Well, if you know Brookhaven, you probably know that this town is very small. Here there are few restaurants, few houses, and few inhabitants. This makes one think that Brookhaven is a small town isolated from the rest of the world. As you can see, real-life Brookhaven is not that different from the game. This city also appears to be small and with few inhabitants. And look, I even found the same golf cart that exists in Brookhaven.
But Andy, what does all this have to do with the Brazilian Brookhaven?
It has everything to do with it. Why? If the Brookhaven we know is based on a real American city, so the Brazilian Brookhaven has to be based on a real Brazilian city too.
Hey, that actually makes sense.
And one of the most famous cities in Brazil is Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro is this gigantic city, which has one of the most famous sculptures in the world, Christ the Redeemer. So I think it's a good idea to start by placing this statue here in Brookhaven so that the city can start to feel more Brazilian. I'm going to put the statue on top of this mountain, only in a less crooked way, you know? Alright, I think this way is fine. We can also search here in the studio for Brazil and see which Roblox items have to do with this theme. Okay, a cool thing that we can put is this flag of Brazil, which will be right on top of the Brookhaven fountain. I just need to adjust the flag so that it is exactly in the middle of the fountain. Now I'm going to modify the colors of the lobby. Let's paint these blocks in green color. These blocks are in yellow color. And I'm going to paint Brookhaven's fountain blue. And look, the Brazilian flag and the lobby are the same colors. That was awesome! I'm also going to put some Brazilian cars here, starting with this van. These vans are very common on some tours in Brazil, so I'm going to put several of these vans around Brookhaven. Another super popular car in Brazil is the Beetle. I know this car is not originally from Brazil, but it is super common to find such a car in Brazil. Wow! Look what I found! Is that a police car, Beetle? It's definitely not something you see every day. In addition to the different vehicles, I will also include a standard vehicle from Brazil, which is this car here. And another thing that is very common in Brazil is the favelas, which are a bunch of houses that are on top of hills. And the perfect place to create favelas is this one. I'm going to start using this old house. Let's fit this house correctly here. Now I'm also going to put up this type of favela building so that there will be room for even more inhabitants here. Look what I found. A house with a roof for sunbathing, with giant speakers. That's what a cool house is. I found another one of those gigantic houses, so let's put it here in our favela. We just need to adjust the house here. But boy, what's the front side of this house? I'm going to put another little red house here in this corner because it's the only house that fits in this place. I'm going to put some super old power poles around here, because generally in favelas the buildings and structures are extremely old and don't get repaired very often. Let's put more houses on these streets so that really all the houses are super crowded. And to top it off, I'm going to put another one of those favela buildings in this empty space. And guys, now this place really looks like a favela in Brazil, but we still need to put some decorations here to make this place more realistic. I'm going to put in some old rusty bicycles to make this place look like it's kind of abandoned. I'll put another bike here. Wait, what happened to the bike? Okay, now I found another bike and I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to put some more old Beetles here in the favela, just like this one. Okay, if you think this Beetle is old, check out this one. He's practically reeking of tetanus from so much rust. I'm going to put this car here too. I don't know if this car exists in Brazil, but I thought it was really cool. Now I'm going to put some things on the floor of this street, starting with cracks in the asphalt, which is a super common thing on the streets of Brazilian cities. Another common thing is rubbish scattered everywhere, and this is very sad, but true. Bro, there is no denying that Brookhaven is very similar to Rio de Janeiro. As the gatekeeper of the favela, I'm going to put some bandits fully armed. I don't know why, but these thugs remind me of some very famous YouTuber I know. Okay, now that the favela is ready, we can modify the Brookhaven police and hospital so that they look more like Brazilian constructions. Starting with the hospital, I'm going to put some Brazilian ambulances, which are known as SAMU. I'm going to put this other yellow ambulance too, so we have color variations of ambulances. Now we are going to duplicate these ambulances to have enough ambulances to help the entire population of Brookhaven. I'm also going to modify the colors of the hospital a little bit to make it clearer that this is a Brazilian hospital. To modify the police, we will have to open space to put this Brazilian police station in place of the Brookhaven police station. And while I'm tearing this construction apart, like this video and subscribe to the channel because this video is giving a lot of work. Now that the precinct is gone, I need to fix the Brookhaven floor like this. Now we just put the Brazilian police station in this place and make the precinct stop floating, because even though Brazil is weird, it's not as weird as Ohio. Alright. Now let's put some more Brazilian police vehicles in these spaces. And we will also put some police officers ready to answer any necessary calls. Another thing that is very present in Brazil is nature. I'm going to start by putting this mountain here. And yes, I know that in Brazil it doesn't snow, but this mountain is too cool for us to just not use it. Let's put this mountain as far away as possible so that it only serves as a decoration for our city. I'm also going to put this other mountain that is only grass, and it's going to be on the opposite side of the first mountain. And now we are going to duplicate this mountain and make Brookhaven even more like Rio de Janeiro. And speaking of Brazil, we cannot forget the beautiful Brazilian beaches that are super famous all over the world. And to modify this beach, I'm going to start by deleting this yacht here, since it will be useless for us at this moment. I will also change the color of the water on the beach to make our sea even more beautiful and with crystal clear water. Let's also put a sand texture on these Brookhaven sands, because honestly, Brookhaven sand looks like plastic. We are going to literally paint all the sand on Brookhaven beach with the new texture to make this place even more beautiful. I will also put some typical beach items such as beach chairs for couples, umbrellas, beach toys, and people wearing bathing suits to represent Brazilians. One thing that every Brazilian loves is football, so let's use this conveniently empty lot to create a super cool and gigantic football field. Let's also put a soccer ball with the colors green and yellow here, and I'm going to put some noobs with t-shirts from Brazil to be the soccer players. I think that amount is more than enough, don't you think? Alright, now let's check all the changes we made here in Brookhaven. Is everything working as it should? Basically, we are here in Brazil now, and bizarre things can happen at any time, like this mysterious gas cloud, which I don't remember putting here in Brookhaven. On this side, I put this big portal of Brazil. The legends say that if you go to Brazil, there's no way you can go back home. And I believe that because I just can't reach the portal to leave Brazil anymore. At least our soccer field with Brazilian noobs is working perfectly. They even kicked the ball I left there in the middle. So I guess these noobs really like soccer. One thing I'm very curious to test is Brazilian cars, and I'm going to start by testing this giant van. I've never driven a van before, but it's a lot harder than it looks. I don't think I have the skill or knowledge to drive such a vehicle, so we better try another car. Wait! What is this? Is the car running on its own? How bizarre! It's time to test this vehicle. Okay, something strange is going on here. Phew, what a scare. For a moment, I thought this car would not work. I'm sure you didn't expect to see a police beetle in Brookhaven, right? Okay, now I'm going to use this normal police car to go to the Brookhaven favela. We're getting here. Wait! This car can't go up a strange one like that. As the vehicle is very bad, I will have to use a better and stronger car to reach the favela. And the chosen car was this ambulance. But wait, what happened to the red ambulances? Were they destroyed? Apparently, we didn't have many options left other than using the yellow van anyway. Are you kidding me? The van got stuck on the asphalt? I finally managed to get rid of that problem. Now it's just speeding up as fast as possible to get up that road. I swear I'll never understand how these cars drive themselves. But luckily now we can see how is the slum we created for Brookhaven. Right at the entrance there are these two bad doormen to protect the favela. But for some reason, they have no face and they threw their weapons on the ground. As you can see, some houses in the favela are destroyed. Something seems to have attacked this house, causing it to lose its entire roof. And guys, really? This place is practically the same as Rio de Janeiro, don't you think? If it weren't for that completely buggy mountain, this place would look like real life. I'm curious about this completely destroyed beetle. Does it still work? Wow, it works and seems to be faster than the other cars we've driven so far. Okay, maybe I said it too soon. Coming here to the beach, honestly, there's not much to show you. This is a normal beach with lots of normal people and normal beach things. So I'm not going to give much prominence to this place, although it has become similar to Brazilian beaches. And guys, unfortunately, this video is over, but don't worry because there's another super cool video on the screen for you to watch. Like this video and subscribe to the channel if you like Roblox. Many thanks to everyone who watched the video until the end. Until next time, bye!